And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He comes in fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Browns and the Chargers on Monday Night Prime Time.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, it's a compelling late-season clash here in Week 16, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the LA Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without...
So here comes the Browns offense with a long field ahead. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the... Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Off play action, here's White. He'll buy some time right. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's...
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
White off play action. The right side here caught by Kincaid. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now White off the bootleg. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns are able to stretch out their lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 54 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play fake, now White. That'll be caught, it's Toney. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now White with a 1st down throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. Yes. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the...
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it.
Throwing on first down, White. That's down the field for Jefferson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where you see the final score there. 24-21, the final score. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Mac Jones leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Burrow, excellent in the win, as his guys up their mark to 11-4 now with one game to play.
The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too. They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. To throw, White. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Play action. Here's White. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 82 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And now they're in the hurry-up. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. White on 3rd and long. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. White. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink.
Touchdown, Browns! Kadarius Toney, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. In motion right is Toney. that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively. They got to have two hands on the football here as they roll on first down. Still fighting for more. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively, you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it. And really, no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And still two timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's...
Now it looks like he'll throw here. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. White now on first down as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Here's White. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road. Has to be a little bit of frustration there.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Browns, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year.